So, Jujutsu Kaisen chapter 236 has to be one of the worst chapters ever made for Gojo fans. So much happened in chapter 236, it's not even funny. But without wasting your guys' time, let's get right into it. The chapter starts off with Geto saying, "Yo, Gojo," who's looking stupefied. Gojo says this is awful. Geto pouts and says Gojo is being rude. You already know what's going to happen when the chapter starts off with a flashback in the Jujutsu Kaisen manga. It's about to go down. Gojo says he told his students that when you die, you are alone. So he hopes that this is just an imagination. Geto asks, "Who cares about my father?" But then leaves the topic saying he left it to Shoko to handle, so it's alright. Gojo's father. Because, well, we can see that they said Gojo's father because we haven't learned everything we need to know about Gojo's ancestors. Their fathers. So far we basically know nothing about Gojo's father, but let's get back on the topic. So Geto asks, how was the king of curses? Gojo answers that Sukuna was damn strong and he didn't even go all in for it. Gojo says he's not even sure if he could even win if Sukuna didn't had Megumi's CT. Geto is surprised that Sukuna made Gojo of all people admit that. But reading this, it doesn't really seem like this is a flashback, and it seems like Gojo is talking to Geto because, well, they're both in the afterlife right now. So it seems like, well, Gojo and Geto are communicating and they're both dead. It really seems like Geto is dead, but anyways, let's get into it. Gojo said he gave his everything. He trained his body, the technique he learned, the talents he brushed, the inspirations and explosive powers. He says he wanted them to reach Sukuna and hope it will reach him. Gojo said it was fun. Gojo says he feels sorry for Sukuna because he didn't give his all to Gojo. Geto says Gojo made him feel jealous, but if Gojo is satisfied with them, he's good. Gojo says he would have been satisfied if Geto was also there to give him a slap on the back to motivate him. Right here you can see that Gojo was really lacking the motivation to fight Sukuna, because if Geto was there to motivate, well, Gojo, the fight would have probably ended before Sukuna could even start it. Nanami says he once talked to Geto about leaving the job to Gojo because Gojo didn't consider Jujutsu as something to live or protect. Rather, Nanami says Gojo is a pervert because he uses sorcery to satisfy himself. LMAO. Gojo said he's glad what killed him was not time or disease, but someone stronger than him. Nanami chimes in to say it's disgusting to hear all that from Gojo because he sounds like a samurai general. LOL. Hiburu adds that it's something everyone noticed but didn't say out loud. Nanami says he won't justify Gojo's last moments but will feel sympathy for him. Gojo thanks Nanami for that. When Gojo asked how it was for Nanami's last moments, Nanami answered that he asked Mei about it and she suggested to either do two things. One, move north if you're looking for a new side of yourself, or two, move south if you want to stay who you are. Nanami said he chose south without any doubt and his last moments wasn't so bad thanks to Hiburu too. Gojo then bids farewell to everyone. Geto, Yaga, Nanami, Hiburu, Riku, and last but not least, Kuri. Rest in peace, Gojo Satoru. And damn, this was a chapter. Back to reality, we see Sukuna explaining Mahoraga's adaptation. Once Mahoraga receives an attack, it will gradually adapt to it over time. The more attack it takes, the faster it will adapt. Sukuna says he is expecting Mahoraga to be a role model which passes through Gojo's infinity. Mahoraga was first adapting to Gojo's infinity. It was chasing the CE so it would neutralize infinity. And when Mahoraga shot the slash, it wasn't the same as Sukuna. It expanded the CT target to not just Gojo but to the space, the world itself, and cut it. We see then Gojo has been cut in half and Sukuna explains that infinity doesn't mean anything if the entire world can be cut. And damn, this is a very bad chapter for Gojo fans. This is the worst chapter a lot of you guys can, well, get. Sukuna then said, "Good job Gojo Satoru, I will never forget about you." As Sukuna says, "Don't let me down," the narrator explains without any moment of feeling sorry for Gojo's death. The one that came in next is the Thunder God Hajime Kashimo, and there will be no break next week. Honestly, this episode, this chapter has been trending so much. It has spoiled everyone on Twitter. It has spoiled everyone on YouTube. Everyone is talking about Gojo Gojo's death, and it really seems like Gojo is actually dead. Hopefully he finds a way to come back, but if Gojo is actually dead, we might be looking at a new character, a new main character for Jujutsu Kaisen in a whole, because everyone was saying, is Yuji Itadori the main character? Is Yuta going to be the main character? It seems like if Gojo is really dead, Yuji will now be the main character of Jujutsu Kaisen. Or maybe the author will shift it to Yuta, who knows. If Gojo couldn't beat Sukuna, I doubt Kashimo would beat Sukuna in the upcoming chapters, or Yuta. It would have to take everyone to work together, or I really don't know anything at this point. No one was predicting that Gojo would lose this chapter. It's honestly paining to me that Gojo died, but no one expected Gojo to die. A lot of theories were out that Kenjaku might absorb Sukuna, or he might use a curse tool to try to damage Gojo, and a lot of people were saying that he might even run away, but no one was expecting Gojo to die after the last chapter that was released, that was chapter 235. So this is really a shock to me right now, and a lot of people in the Jujutsu Kaisen community, and I really want to see what is going to happen next. If I wasn't invested in Jujutsu Kaisen before, I am now a devoted and loyal investor of Jujutsu Kaisen. As I said, it really pains me to see that Gojo has now died. The official chapter will be releasing on September the 24th, 2023, so I'll definitely probably review it depending on how good this video does. But I seriously think that Gojo might be dead this time. We see that when Gojo was fighting Toji all the way back in the first few chapters of the manga, at one point we all thought that Gojo was dead in the hidden inventory arc when Toji literally almost killed Gojo Satoru, but then, Gojo came back to life. The creator himself did confirm that they didn't really like to make the Gojo's character. They didn't like that Gojo was this unbeatable person, and I believe that if Gojo is going to die, it would be by the hands of Sukuna. I honestly do think that Gojo is dead because the creator doesn't really like Gojo at all. He said Gojo was hard to write because he is always this pinnacle of strength. Because if you guys can recall, in the Shibuya arc, Gojo got sealed away, and if Gojo didn't get sealed away, the Shibuya arc would basically be born, because Gojo would be one-shotting everything in the Shibuya arc, and we wouldn't see that much character development with Yuji, Nobara, and all of the characters that are going to be involved in the Shibuya arc. And thank God it's getting an anime adaptation. I can't wait to see what's going to happen with Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2. I can't wait to see this, Sukuna versus Gojo adapted into a anime adaptation. But today's chapter of the Jujutsu Kaisen manga really tore up a lot of fans. A lot of people are wondering if Jujutsu Kaisen is going to continue to be successful without Gojo, if Gojo is dead, because as I said, Gojo is, basically the face of Jujutsu Kaisen. And ever since the first few chapters up to now 236 chapters, we've been seeing Gojo grow, learn from his mistakes, and it's finally time Gojo went to sleep. We do not know for sure if Gojo is dead. Maybe Gojo has something special up its sleeve. Maybe Gojo will come back alive somehow, but as I said, in my opinion, it looks like Gojo is dead. No one knows for sure until the next few chapters are out, but for now, Gojo is dead, and this has to be one of the worst information, the worst news you Gojo fans can hear. Anyways, when more information is known, I'll definitely update a video and let you guys know. So subscribe, leave a like, and I will see you all in my next video.